Hey, how you doing? This is John, and welcome to John's Long Box. It looks like this is working better. I tried earlier today, and I just had to shut it down, turn off the stream. I think the snowstorm was just interfering with too much. This looks like it's working fine. Okay, so this is an open invite, meaning if anybody wants to come in and talk with me, I'll just filibuster for a minute or two before I start. But this is a board game called The Age of Comics. My friend Roy, my friend Dave, and my friend Scott, they went to Gen Con last year. Holy mackerel. And bought me the game. And I finally broke it out and started playing it. And I find myself fascinated with the game. You know, I like board games. I like comic books. It's like peanut butter and chocolate fit together. Hey, Ernest, everything's working good. Everything looking good. So, spur of the moment, my wife and I, you know, usually my wife and I just hang out together on Saturday nights, but she's going up. She does the Bible study, so she's upstairs doing her Bible study, and I figured I'd do this. So we got some pizza, watched Venture Brothers all night. I love Venture Brothers. And then I thought I would play this game solo. Normally, it's between 2 to 4 players, but it's cool nowadays to throw in a solo mode. So they actually have like a little rule book just for playing solo. Okay, and it's me. I play the game normally as if I was playing, but the computer plays as basically to hamper me, and I just got to get a higher score than the automated play. So this is the automated player right here, and this is me. Okay, so this is a map of Manhattan over here, and then these are all the actions, and this is the fame board. And I'm sorry, but I can't seem to get all this in here. But over here is these are artists, writers, and the actual comics that you're gonna make. So whenever you play the automate, whenever you do this, so let's look at. You start out with 3 cards. So I'm gonna randomly take a comic book. I'm not looking. I'm looking at the screen, and then you also get 2 ideas. I'm gonna randomly take 2 ideas. Okay, so so you start out with 5 money. So my buddies, they know me, so they bought the upgraded tokens, so you can hear that that's actual metal. The game comes with cardboard tokens for money, but they bought me the upgraded pieces. All right, so that's nice. Them they're gonna, and they're coming over tomorrow. We're gonna actually play for the first time. So these are my starting cards. Okay, so I have an artist. He's skill level 2. The highest skill level is 3. So he's a pretty good artist. He's Bixby McRagarn. He's a specialty horror artist. Purple is horror. I have a. You start out with 2s. So you get a level 2 writer, or level 2 artist, but at random. This is a level 2 writer. Gray is crime. You can tell by the gun. So he's a Colin Tebouge. And then I have an idea. I have a comic in develop called Teen Drama. Okay, and this is a romance. So I am all over the place. I have a crime writer, I have a horror artist, and I have a teen romance comic in development. Okay, so these are my cards. Normal, so I'm just showing you my cards. All right. So just let me know. I got a bunch of people watching. Just give me some feedback. Can you hear me? Can you see me? And if you want to pop in, here's an open invite. As always, I know it's called my hand solo because it used to just be me play by myself, but now I got the advanced StreamYard, and I can have 2 cameras. All right, so game is sprawling, and I think I'm afraid to move the camera anymore. So this is what you do. So there's 4. I have 4 editors. So So I use an he uses an editor, I use an editor. He uses an editor, I use an editor. We go back and forth 4 times, and then that's the end of the round. Oh, I got stuff to do at the beginning of the round. Okay, so the symbol of my comic company over here, if you can see, it looks like a torch. So I'm just going to torch comics. So this is a calendar. You flip it over, and it tells you that for whatever reason, horror is popular right now. So I look at the map of Manhattan, and I look at all the horror tokens, and I flip them over. So this is what you do at the start of the game. So all the horror tokens, and we are located over here. This is my sales representative. He's in my building, my office. All right. So now I'm all ready to begin. So the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to flip over this card. This is the automated card. So you do the first action. And if you can't do the first action, you do the second action. If you can't do the second action, you do the third action. And if you can't do the third action, he wastes his turn. And then this is the order of operations for the genres, if there's ever a choice. So the first thing he wants to do is hire. So I'm going to take his editor, and I'm going to put it on this spot. So he's going to hire. And what does he hire? Well, he's going to hire in this order. Teen romance. So first thing he's going to get, there's a romance artist. So he's taking Alyssa Rossello. And these names are the designer's friends, people that play tested, So he's taken romance artist Alyssa Rossello. And then a writer. So that's what you do when you hire. You hire a writer and an artist. And you just follow. So this is my opponent, the non-player character. So I got in the order of operations. There's no writers for romance. So the next is Western. He doesn't want a Western, and horror. So he's going to take the better skilled horror writer, Alexis Sunset. So now he has in his hand, he has an artist and he has a writer. So he hired. Now I have a writer, I have an artist, but I have a concept for a teen drama, but horror is all the rage right now. So you know what I want to do? I see that there you can't see, but I wish I could move the camera. So I'm going to take my editor. I'm going to hire, and there is a horror writer called Barb Purple Mice. So I'm going to put her in my hand, and I can only have 6 cards. So I have 1, 2, 3, 4. I'm going to hire this horror writer, Anne De La Silva. Okay. So I hired writers and artists also. But I still, because you want to match, you get more points if the writer, artist, and comic all match. So that works out better. So that was our first turn. Real simple. So now I'm going to flip over the second card, and it says develop. So I look if he didn't develop. So over here, I put his little editor over there, and he's going to develop a comic. He can't develop a comic because he doesn't have a comic idea in the works. So it's going to go to the next print. He can't print a comic, so he goes to sales. Well, that's kind of a wasted turn for him too. So what happens with his sales? Solo mode. It gives you, like, if you don't know exactly what to do. So sales. Okay, so it wants to find out in order. I got to flip over all the tokens for the romance comic. And I didn't show you what to do with these tokens yet because I didn't do it yet. That's part of the sales action. So right now, I know that there's a demand for horror comics. If you can see these purple tiles, over here there's newsstands and store outlets that want those comics. But we're not making them yet. So there's just a demand. There's just a demand for it. Now I'm supposed. So sales. Oh, I got to put him in the sales spot. He could take 3 tokens. So he's going to take 3 tokens of what he just flipped over, and he's going to take 6 points worth. So he's just this one. And all he's really doing is blocking me from taking them. You know, that's how you play the automated. So this was a big order, you know, 6 points. And I can't claim it now because he claimed it. So that's what the automated guy does. He just kind of messes me up. Hey Matthew, how you doing? How's everything? All right, so now I'm gonna go. Let's see. I have an idea. I have a sci-fi idea. That's what this green token is. I have a Western idea. I am all over the place. I have 2 artists for horror. I have a writer for horror. I have a writer for crime. But I have the idea for a romance comic. I am just all over the place. So I got to get everything together. I am going to get. I can't print a comic. I don't want to develop a comic because these are the comics that are available to develop. That means you just claim these cards. We got a sci-fi comic, Neptuno, Miss Tiger, a superhero comic, and Just a Feeling, a romance comic. None of these are good for me. Ooh, last turn I was able to last time I played this, I was able to make 2 comics right away. So this is gonna be a little rough, but that's the way the cookie crumbles. So you know what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna go fishing for ideas. So I claim that spot. I get to take 2 of these tokens off the board. So I'm gonna take an idea for a romance comic and an idea for a horror comic, and then I get to take 2 ideas from the general pool of anything that I want. You need 2 of the same ideas to make a comic. So I want to make a horror comic, so I'm going to take a horror, and I have an idea. I have a romance comic in development, so I'm going to take that. So that's what I did. Now, oh, I got comment. Matthew, what does Matthew say? I'm writing the script for what was meant to be the sequel to the Night Slayers. Oh, cool. Keep writing. Good for you. Night Slayers is available on Kickstarter. That's Matthew's comic. We kept trying to get him on my channel, but between him and I, we kept, that happens a lot. But the sequel is turning out to be better than, yeah, good. Nice. I'm starting to wonder if I should make it issue 1. That's up to you. That's one of the things. Constantly revisiting your ideas and constantly reworking the ideas. That's one of the things you got to do. That's one of the things you got to do. Like I'm wondering about the issue order, introducing ideas in my comic. You know, oh, the Kickstarter got canceled. Oh, that's a shame. Well, gives you time to develop it and work it out. Think of it as an opportunity to get better. All right, so where was I? Okay, so it's his turn. So this is his 3rd action. Hire. He already hired. So we go to the next one. Print. He can't print, so he's going to develop. Okay, so I put this at develop. I put these in the once we do them, they go into the discard mode. So he's going to develop. Now, what is he going to develop? You follow this order. Western, there's no Western available. Horror, there's no horror available. Crime, there's no crime available. Sci-fi. Okay, so now he has a sci-fi comic, but he's got a mismatch. He's got a romance artist, he's got a horror writer, and he's got a sci-fi comic idea in development. So that's what he's got. All right. So now I'm going to go. What do I want to do? I would like to print but it won't be efficient. It won't be good. This stinks. This is gonna be rough. So let's see. I want to do a horror. All right. So I am going to I'm gonna do sales. So I'm gonna move my guy over here. So this guy is gonna go over here. So whenever you do sales, you move your sales agent to the next circle. So he's gonna move right here. Okay, and it says he gets to flip over and pick up 2. So I'm gonna flip over these 2 horror because they're all connected. I mean crime because I have a crime writer, and then I get to pick up 2 of these. So I'm gonna pick up this. So I have an order now. I have an order for a 4 quality horror comic, but I don't have any comics right now. If I'm stuck with this order at the end of the game, it's negative points. So that's kind of risky to take them. But if I fulfill this order, I get +2 fans of that comic, and I can take 2 tiles. So I'm going to take this. This is a crime. So I'm at the risk of losing 8 points right now. But that's what you do. So I'm taking orders. I'm making promises. I better deliver. Now the NPC is going to go. So he can't hire. He can't develop because he already developed. So now he's going to gather ideas. And when he gathers ideas, he just removes them from the board, blocks them. That's really all he does. And he turns his ideas into fans right away, but he hasn't made a comic either. So in the order, he's going to take crime. Okay, so he just prevents me from getting it. That's what he does. Now I have my last editor. I'd hate to see this first round no comic is being made. I can't print. I don't want to develop. That just means take another 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I could it's kind of tough. It's kind of rough. So you know what I'm going to do? I'm just going to go for royalties. That's just straight up get money. So there you go. I get 4 money. Put it over here. And that's the end of the round. So now there's end of round procedures. We would get money based on our comics, but neither one of us made comics. There's a little bit of these go away. So that's kind of a shame. You don't see those comics or those artists again in the game. This bothers me. The writing is supposed to be on top. I mixed it up, so I'm just going to take this opportunity to set that up. So we got a Western writer. We got a romance writer. And we get another romance writer. We get a superhero artist. We get a horror artist, and we get a sci-fi artist. And we get a Western comic, a horror comic, and a superhero comic. And we know that the next one on the deck is crime, even though we don't see it. We also flip over the calendar. What does the trends say? Oh, the trends say that romance is big, but we already flipped over the romance, so we know that already. And then we take back our editors. So I'm going to take back the editors, put back his editors, and then I put down 4 more cards for the solo guy. And the solo guy always goes first. But let me address the chat. Hey, Ludiverse, how you doing? Matthew Creaky asked, I'm playing solo. There's a deck of cards that I play against. So I'm playing against basically randomness. I flip over the card and the card tells me what to do. So so I haven't played this. I'm playing this tomorrow with friends. So I wanted to, I gotta refill these. I wanted to get familiar with it. You know what I mean? I get a little embarrassed when I play board games with people and then I don't know the rules. So I wanted to take it out, read the rules, and then I saw that there was a solo mode. So I was like, you know what? I'm gonna play the solo mode, see how that is. And I thought it would be perfect for this channel since it's comic books, and then I also do board games. All right, so the automaton always goes first, so we're gonna flip his card. So the first thing he's gonna do is hire. So he's gonna hire. We put him here, and he's gonna hire a sci-fi writer. Well, there's no sci-fi writer. There's no superhero writer. Romance writer. So he'll take the higher one, and then the next row he wants sci-fi, and he hired. So he took. That's fine. That didn't. Well, that kind of did block me. I wanted a romance writer. So he took a good writer. So I'm gonna do. I got to do this now while the getting's good. I'm gonna develop. So I got two horror artists and a horror writer, and they're telling me that they got this idea for a comic called Carmela. She has the lust for blood, innocence lost. So I'm developing this comic idea. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I have 6 cards. That's the most cards that I could have. So that was my turn. So I got the wheels in motion. Now I'm going to flip over this card. So the automa is telling me to develop. So he's going to develop. And he's going to develop. He wants to take a Western. So he takes that. Hey Ranger is he took Hey Ranger. I love the art of these cards. They do look like Golden Age comics. All right, so now I go. Now I'm ready to print. I'm going to print my first comic. So I'm going to go over here. And this would allow me to, that would allow me to print 2 comics. If you go first, you get like a little boost. But I don't have 2 comics to produce. So I'm going to take my artist, Barb Purple Mice. I'll put her here. I'm going to take my writer and De Silva. So you put the writer up here first. You put that there. And then there's the comic Carmela. So I have Carmela. Okay. So I got to pay 2 ideas. Okay. And then I got to pay I got to pay their salaries. 1 and 2 is 3. So I got to pay 3. So I'm going to pay a 5 and take 2 back as change. Okay, so I get 2 back as change. All right, now I look through this stack and I get Carmela. So this is a little token of that looks like my comic. And it says right here, can you see 1 fan, 2 fan, 3 fans? Because it's all the same genre. So I get 3 fans. So I put that on the 3 track. And then I get an immediate what is that reward? I get 4 money back. Wow. I get 4 money. So that's like wow, that paid for itself. I made money just making that comic. Wow, that was pretty cool. So let's check out the chat. Luniverse says, I just got done streaming. I made an announcement on this order. I rambled and word vomited, but long story short, I made a new channel for YouTube about me and what I do called Nick of Time, and the account is going to be pure piss. Oh, cool. Good for you, man. Good for you. It's fun. I'm just gonna stick with 1 channel. Everything's gonna be on 1 channel. I can't deal with multiple channels and passwords and stuff like that. So okay, so now the NPC is gonna go. He is gonna print a comic. Okay. So he's gonna go over here. He's gonna go to print. So he's printing his first comic. And for the NPC, it doesn't matter that he has different. It doesn't matter. So he prints Neptuno. And the rules for him is you take, this is turn 2. you add +1, so his comic is got 3 fans. So there you go. So my horror comic and his and his science fiction comic are just as popular. Now I have this order, but this order has a 4, but my comic only has a 3 value. So I got to get my comic to be a little bit more high quality before I could fulfill this order. So that's what I'm waiting on, and you'll see I could do that. All right, so now he just went, so I'm gonna go. What do I want? I kind of want that. Do I want to hire? I'm going to do some sales. Okay. I'm going to do some sales. So you get a free movement with that. So I'm going to move this guy over here. I get to flip over 3 tokens. So I'm going to flip over this superhero token, this superhero token. So I know that this market wants superhero, and I get to take 3 tiles. Now that's kind of risky since I don't have any superhero anything. So I'm going to take this. There's an order for a 3 horror. So I could fulfill that right now because I have a 3 horror. So I take it and I flip this over to show that it's fulfilled, and my comic gets another fan. So, my comic's getting famous, Now he's going to go his last action of the turn. Hire, he already hired. Print it, he already print. So he's going to go to ideas. So he's going to go here. He's going to take, let's see. He's going to take the ideas that I have. He's trying to block me. So he's going to take that, and then he'll take sci-fi because he has sci-fi. And for him, his ideas go right to fans. So he would be able, if he had 2 he could put 1 idea on a comic 2 times, but he only has 1 comic. So his comic gets fans. All right. Now, what do I want to do? Ideally, I'd like to get this comic made. It's not going to be a great comic, but I can make it. I got an artist, I got a writer. So you know what? I don't know. I don't want to do that. I don't want. Oh no, that's not locked. Okay. Do I want to do sales again? No. So I'm gonna. I could do royalties. Just get 4 more money. Just get 4 more money. So. All right. So now what we do is we do end of the round stuff. So he doesn't get any money. I get money. He has his own rules. So I get 3 money for my comics. So I'm going to take that. So I'm doing great money-wise. I don't know how I'm doing so good money-wise. Last game I was hurting for money. And then we reduce the popularity. It's just the fickle audience. Take back all of our editors. Put these in the spots. I don't know. I just love when things are in spots. I put 1, 2, 3, 4. So I'm going to have to shuffle the his command cards next round, and then I refill the ideas. I get rid of these comics. I get rid of these writers. What am I doing? I don't want to mix up the decks already. And then we get new ones. So I know you can't see me. So we get a superhero writer, you get a Western writer, and a romance writer. We get a romance artist, sci-fi artist, and another sci-fi artist. And we get Gang Wars comic, Outlaws, a Western comic, and Love Letter, a romance comic. And now we begin. And we flip this over. The hot new trend now is sci-fi. This sci-fi things are hot. So we flip over all the sci-fi tokens. And he goes first. So he's going to print. I wanted to go there because if you're the first to print on a turn, you get to print 2 comics. So he's going to print Hey Ranger, a brand new Western comic. And Hey Ranger is being printed. It's the 3rd turn, so it goes right to 4. All right, so he's got one more comic than me. But you know what? I am going to hire this writer. Going to hire this. So I got Ella Casagrande. She's a level 3 romance artist. And I got Luis Gonzalez, a level 2 romance writer. And I have a romance comic in development called Teen Drama. So you know what I'm going to be doing next turn. All right? You know what I'm going to be doing next turn. So he goes. He's going to develop a comic. So his order of operations is horror. There's no horror. So then he's going to go Western again. All right? So he takes that. That's fine. Again, he plays mostly to block me, to prevent me from doing things. All right, now you know what I'm going to do. I'm going to print a comic. So I'm going to print Teen Drama with artist Ella Casagrande and writer Luis Gonzalez. So you put the writer here, put the artist here, and you put the comic here. Then I look through this little stack, Teen Drama, and 1 fan, 2 fan, 3 fans. So I get 3 fans. So this goes right to 3. And as a reward, I get 4 money. I have to pay them first. So if I don't have the money first, it makes sense. So I have to pay them first, and then I get 4 money. I know it seems weird, but you can't just claim the reward and pay them from the reward. You have to pay first. So, and then I unlock this little thing. And what does this do? There's little bonus actions. I like to put this here. So now whenever I take the sales action, I get an extra editor, which basically means I get to do sales action for free. All right. So I have 2 comics out on the shelves. So he's going to go. What does he want to do? He wants to print, but he already printed. He wants to develop, but he already developed. So he's going to do sales. So he's going to go over here to do sales. And what is he going to take? Well, he's going to take what I just made romance comics. So he's going to try to block me and take 6 points worth of romance comics. So he's taken these 2. And these convert right away into fans. So this goes up, this goes up. So he's being a jerk. That's what he does. He's a jerk. Stealing my potential customers. Now let's see. I could go 1. So I'm going to go. Oh, I forgot to do something. So mad. And I don't like saying let me. Well, I'm going to do it because it doesn't change anything yet. So in between rounds, you could train. So I have a level 2 artist working with a level 1 writer. Well, he gets inspired by that guy's work, and I could pay 1 to help train him up, and he's going to go to a level 2. Okay. And how many times can you do that? How many times can you train? Can you just do that once? Because can I continue? Between turns. Sales agents, fulfilling an order, value of the comics, special actions, end of a round. Okay. Oh, another thing I forgot. I'm already messing up. I forgot. Oh, yeah, this is the first round. No. Oh, well. All right. Round structure, actions develop, how to get fans. Oh, geez. All right. So another thing I forgot is these mastery tokens. So he gets a mastery token for having westerns. Okay, because he's the only one with westerns. He gets a mastery token for science fiction because he's the only one with science fiction. I get the mastery for romance and horror. And it's funny because they give us this war comic token, but there's no war comic, so it makes me think there's going to be an expansion coming around. I could steal these mastery tokens from him if I make more comics. So I need to produce 2 sci-fi, and I could steal this from him. So he's known for the sci-fi comic company. He's known as the Western comic company. I'm known as the horror and romance comic company. All right, so it's I was looking up how many times can I train? How many times can I train? Okay. How many times can I train? Printing, fulfilling an order, value of comics, training. Okay. So now each person can be trained once. So now this guy, he didn't get trained yet. So I'm going to train him to level 3. So I pay for his training, and now he goes to level 3. So each person can get trained once per turn. So now that goes up. These guys, I just hired them. They started working. They don't have an opportunity to be trained yet. So there you go. All right. So now this is a level 5 comic. I'm able to cash in this order. I flip it over to show that it's been fulfilled, and that gets me 2 fans on Carmela. So Carmela has 5 fans. Okay, it's on par with his Western comic. His Western comic is a good comic, I gotta admit. All right, so now it is 1, 2. Okay, it's my turn. It is my turn. Okay, so I have a crime writer and I have a horror artist. I'm going to develop. I'm going to develop Gang Wars. This writer's been talking about this idea that he has. So right now, if I publish this comic, it's going to have, only, this guy will help it. You need a writer, you need an artist, but he doesn't contribute expertise to the comic. Does that make sense? It's not color coordinated, but that's going to happen. All right. So now, let's see. He wants to go. He wants to hire. Okay, he hasn't hired yet, so he could do that. So he's going to hire. And he's going to hire a superhero writer, because that's his order of operations on his card. And the only choices are science fiction. All right, so that's what he does. And I have my last guy left. Now, there's 3 spots in each thing. Now, the NPC, he could only do things once, but I could do things twice if I want to. So I'm going to print another comic. Okay, so I'm going to print Gang Wars. So the writer is Colin DeBougie. That's perfect. The artist is Bixby McGracken, who would rather be doing horror. And then Gang Wars, the comic. So now, Gang Wars, we don't count the purple as a fan. So it's only 2 fans of this comic, Gang Wars. Okay, so I put that there. All right, but I got to pay 4. It's okay. I got a lot of money this turn, so I don't have to worry about that. And then I get 4 back. Wow, that's great. That's an instant reward. All right, And then I get to unlock this. Now, this I kind of like. I'm going to put this over here, meaning I could turn ideas into fans. It's just a bonus ability that I just unlocked. So now I'm out of editors. He's out of editors. So now we do the end of round stuff. So who has the I forgot to do this last time, so it's a wash, but we both have the most popular comic, so we both get these 3-point tokens. So we both get these 3-point tokens. Okay. The next thing is we get money. So I'm going to get 3, 5, 6, 7. I get 7. So here is 7 money. Okay. Again, if just putting the link if anybody wants to pop in. The next thing we do is bring back everybody's editors. Okay. The next thing we do is get rid of these. These guys go work in another business. Sorry. Comics will break your heart, kid. Okay, we got a superhero writer. We got a horror writer. And we got a crime writer. And we got a crime artist. We got a romance artist. We got a sci-fi artist. And we got Call the Police, a crime comic. Stories of Tomorrow, a sci-fi. And True Terror, another horror comic. We don't have to fill these over. Every comic goes down in popularity one. It's just the way the world works. And then, we were supposed to flip that. Superhero orders. So, in turn 3, there's 2 different hotspots, and now we flip over this. So now westerns are big this year. I like to think that every turn is a year. So now all the tokens are flipped over, except for crime. So everything is flipped over, and I got to shuffle. He only has 12. He only has 12 cards, so we're gonna flip it over. As soon as you're able to, you could take this. So now I have a level 4. No, I have a level 2 crime comic, so I can't fulfill this. So I'm in danger of losing points because I didn't get the correct. I didn't get the correct writer with that. So I'm gonna. Let's see. All right. So now I got to put these orders over here. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay. Yeah. If anybody saw me earlier today, it was just excruciating. I deleted the stream and everything. I don't, so if anybody wants to pop in and talk with me, there you go. Yeah, this seems to be working better. It must have been the snowstorm. The snowstorm must have just been wrecking havoc with everything. All right. All right. So, all right. What do I want to do? Oh, well, it doesn't matter. He goes first. So he's going to hire. And we go down his order of operations. He wants Western first. There is no Western first. Then he's going to take horror. So we can take horror. Okay. There's no horror writers. There's no Western writers. So he will take crime. So he will take that. So he hires. And all he's really doing is taking them away from me, from my ability to hire them. So he's a jerk face, and I hate him. Now, what do we got? So he kind of screwed me. Yeah, he kind of screwed me. I got no cards in my hand. So, Yeah, I got no cards in my hand. So that, and I forgot to level up. So I will. I will. Everybody can get leveled once, and 3 is the highest. So I'm going to pay 1, and this is going to go to 3. I'm going to pay 1, and this will go to 3. Okay, and I will pay 1, and this artist, I'm leveling him to 3 because he is working in his proper. This guy can't be trained. He's not in his skill set. He's not part of it. So I trained everybody who could possibly be 3, be whatever. You know what I'm saying? All right. So what do I want to do? Ideally, I want to get another comic out, but if I do, it's going to be another mismatch. So I will. So I'm going to hire. I'm going to hire this writer, and I'm going to hire this artist. Okay, so I hired Michael Florio and Lena Drake. Okay, so I hired them, and he's going to go. He wants to develop a comic, so he's going to develop a comic. He wants a Western first, a romance next, a superhero next, sci-fi next. So he kind of screwed me again. This guy is just freaking screwing me, because that's what I wanted, but that's, you know, industrial espionage, I guess. So now I have a writer, an artist. I'm going to develop a comic too. I'm going to develop Call the Police. So that comes in my hand. So we're working on another comic. You'll see. You'll see why in a minute. I need to get some ideas. You can't just make a comic. You need ideas too. So we're developing. Now he's going to go. He wants to print. Okay, so he's unfortunately he took the 2 spot, and so he's got a writer and artist, a writer and artist. So he's going to print 2 comics. Jeez, I just got screwed, and it doesn't matter for him. So he prints Stories of Tomorrow, and this is the 4th round. No, this is the 4th round. So plus, so his comic goes right to 5. Jeez, and he prints Outlaws, and that goes right to 5. Wow, he is just printing comics. Why did he get to print 2? The first person to go to that spot gets to print 2 comics. Oh man. I need ideas. I'm gonna go here. I could take 2 ideas off the top. So I'm gonna take 1 crime. I would like to get a second crime, but I got to take 1. I got to take 2 from here. So I will take I'll take superhero. Why not? Nobody else has superhero yet. And now I get to take 2 more from the supply. So I'm going to take superhero, and I'm going to take crime. Why? Because I want to be able to develop it. Now I could spend 3 tokens and make fans. So that's what I'm going to do. I have 2 tokens. So I'm going to spend 3 tokens, and I'm going to bump up, and it doesn't matter which one. So I'm going to bump up all my comics by 1 fan. Just throw some fresh ideas into those comics. I could do that because I have this bonus ability. All right. Now he's going to go. Hire, he already hired. Print, he already print. Ideas, he didn't do ideas yet. So he's going to go over here, and there's a little, each card has like a little order of operations on the bottom. You follow that. So he's going to take horror, and he's going to take crime, but crime's not there, so he's going to take this. And when he takes ideas, he just bumps up his comics. So he's just going to bump these two up to stay ahead of me. You know, he's a jerkwitz that way. So now I am going to print a comic. Okay. I have the writer, Michael Florio, who's a good crime writer. Oh, this is supposed to come with a with an idea. The level ones always come with an idea. They're young and bright. It's just an incentive to take them. The artist is Lena Drake. And the comic is Call the Police. So I take Call the Police. Now, it's only a level 2 fan comic, but that is okay. I get the crime. I should have taken it already. So my company is known for romance, horror, and crime comic. Oh, I got to spend 2 tokens. I got to spend 2 ideas. I got to pay 3 money to make the comic, to pay their salaries. And then I get this reward. I get this ticket. So my sales agent can go anywhere on the board. And there's only 6 of those in the game. So that's pretty cool. Now, I have 3. I don't have any comic that's worth 4. Now, I get to take this cube and I'm going to put it over here. So I get a bonus ability when I hire from now on. When I hire, I could also rearrange a writer and an artist. Okay, so that's you'll see next round. I'll get some goodies going on, and I still never used this ability. I'm such a jerk, and I hate reusing. I hate going back in time and doing stuff. So if I made a stupid mistake, I made a stupid mistake. There you go. All right, now we're going for the last round. The last round. First thing we do is I get 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. I get 9. Moolah. So I get my first 10. These are 5s. Why am I saying? Oh, there are 10 tokens. There are 10 tokens. I thought so. So I'm going to put this 5 back. I'm going to take a 10 token. Why? Because I want a 10. So I'm taking a 10 and I'm putting, I'll put this 2 back and take a 1. There you go. All right. So now all the comics come down by 1 because that's just the way the fandom is. They're very fickle. This gets flipped over. It doesn't matter because everything's flipped over. All our editors come back. These people go to other industries to work. So we got a sci-fi writer. We got another sci-fi writer. We got another sci-fi writer. We got a crime artist. We got a Western artist. And we get a superhero artist. And we have a superhero comic. We have a horror comic. And we have a Western comic. All right. So that looks like everything. And I got to put out his cards. Oh, yeah. And then I got a score. So he's going to get 3 points because he has the most popular comic. Okay. All right. So are we there? Yes, we're there for the next round. I see a comment over here. We got DC Miller. Missed the first 40 minutes, so maybe you talked about it already, but this game seems so niche regardless of being good or not. I wonder how big the market would be. Cool that a thing exists. Yeah, it's very niche. And I don't know if you are familiar with the YouTube channel called The Dice Tower. The Dice Tower is like the biggest board game. If you're into board games, you know The Dice Tower. They're the head honchos. I had Tom Vassell on my channel. I had Sam Healy on my channel. I had Asdrubal on my channel. You know, I'm more into comics than I am into board games, but I love board games too. You know, I've been to the Dice Tower conventions 5 times. You know, I met Tom Vassell. I pledge their Kickstarters, so I'm big into it. But they didn't like this game. And I love it. I love this game. So I think they might have killed it. They didn't like Besieged either, and I love Besieged. I think it's because this is like about the history of comics. This isn't whiz bang, superheroes. I'm familiar. There's another comic book based game called Comic Hunters. I didn't buy that yet. And that actually has like a license with Marvel. So what it is you're collecting Marvel comics. So it's got like famous Marvel comic covers, Spider-Mans and Fantastic Fours and, things like that. So that they love. But I love this. This is just the making comics. If you ever read Cavalier and Clay, this reminds me of like Cavalier and Clay. I really, really find this to be charming, to the point I hope they make an expansion, and the expansion would have to add humor comics and war comics, because they're glaring mistakes in this. Oh, now I could level up. I'm going to train this writer up. So it cost me 2 because he can't learn from the other guy. So he's going to go to level 2. This guy I can't train because he's not working in his area of expertise. But everybody else, and everybody could only be leveled once. I was wondering where the war books were. Yeah. And it's funny because they got this token for war, but it's not part of the game, which makes me think they're planning expansion. But I just hope that the Dice Tower didn't kill it. I really, really like it. I also keep in mind I haven't played with people yet. This is the third time I played solo. I played once. I tried to do it on camera and I deleted it because during the storm it just wasn't working. And then I just played 2 more times after that. Well, 1 more time after that. Now I'm playing again now that everything seems to be working. But tomorrow I will play with actual people. So, maybe it sucks with actual people. But I just find it to be charming. It's a worker placement set collection is basically the 2 main mechanisms. All right, so now where am I? He's going to go first. The robot always goes first. And I say robot because he's controlled by a program. So he wants to develop, So he wants to develop either romance first or superheroes. So he's going to take superheroes. He's going to take the Angel of Liberty. So he has that, which sucks because I kind of wanted that. So he's developing his first superhero comic. I wanted it because this badge is still available. That's 2 points. So what do I want to do? Okay. I'm going to hire. And I'm going to hire this 3 writer, and I'm going to hire this artist. So I hired Nestor Mangoons. Nestor Mangoons is a skilled 3 science fiction writer, and I'm hiring Leonard Allies, a skilled 2 artist. Now, I also have a peg over here, so I could rearrange. I could swap them out. So I'm sorry, Lena Drake, you're fired. And you go back here. Now, since I replaced the 2 with the 2, it doesn't cost me any money. But this comic now gets 1 fan. So that goes up by 1 because now we have this. And it's now a 4 quality comic. So I could cash in this, which I took earlier in the game, which gives it 2 more fans. So, Lena, I'm sure you can understand it's just business. It's just business. All right. So that's good. I would really like to swap out this guy, but this is the last round. So unfortunately, I'm not going to be able to do that. But now I have a writer and an artist, but I don't have a sci-fi comic. So, but I might just make not the best sci-fi. Oh, I forgot to fill this. I got to fill these tokens. but I do think it's fun. I do it. As with most of the games, they look more complicated than they are. It's pretty intuitive. It's pretty intuitive. Yeah, I agree. It looks like it was successful on Kickstarter. I hope they can expand. Me too. Me too. Usually, I don't know. I'll email them, ask them if there's an expansion, because I really do like this game. And my friends bought it for me. My friends went to Gen Con last year and they bought it for me. So I didn't kick, because I just stopped buying board games. I'm all out of room. If I could, the camera's just filled with boxes and boxes of board games over here that I'm trying to sort out. Hey, KO Joe, how you doing? Yeah, it needs funny animals. I agree. Happy Valentine's Day. Yeah, my wife and I got some pizza and we watched Venture Brothers for Valentine's Day. All right, so I just hired, so now he goes. He wants to hire, but he developed, so he wants to hire. So he's gonna come over here, and you just follow. He wants to hire sci-fi writer, so he's gonna take the best sci-fi who's just goes by the name of Lopez, and then there's no sci-fi, so he'll take superhero, and then his turn is done. But the thing that sucks is he has a writer and an artist and a comic all ready to print. He doesn't care if they match up. He doesn't care. So what do I want? I'll go for. I'm like wasted talent over here. I could develop and print another comic. And I have an assortment of ideas, so I will start to develop another comic. Okay, so I'm gonna develop another comic. Should I take It Lives, a horror comic, or a Western comic? I'm gonna take It Lives to cement my mastery of that. So there we go. This is my hand of comics. All right, now he's gonna go. He wants to print, so he could print, and he could print 2 comics, but luckily he only has 1, and he doesn't care. So he has a superhero artist, but he has a sci-fi writer. So the Angel of Liberty is now being made by my rival Solo Comics, the Angel of Liberty. And since it's the 5th round, you add 1, so it goes right out with 6 fans. Oh man, it's now the best comic in the market. Best comic in the market. That sci-fi writer's giving that superhero. That's like a Silver Age comic, right? The superhero comic with sci-fi. All right, so what I'm going to do is I am going to use it or lose it. So I'm going to go to sales. I'm going to use my ticket, and I'm just this guy just takes ticket. He's going to go right here. Oh, I should have flipped these over. Okay. All right, because I got a level 4. All right, so before, all right, so I should have flipped them over before the ticket. So let's see if I go. So I'm gonna go. If I take that, I'm gonna get level. I'm gonna go here. I'm gonna go right here. All right, and I could flip over 3 and take 3, but they're all been flipped over. So I will. No. Oh no, I'll go here. So I'm going to take this order and this order. So now I have 2 orders. And as soon as I meet the criteria, I could flip this. So this is a level 5 romance comic. This is a level 6 romance comic. So this meets this order. So right away I could flip this over. And teen drama goes up 3 fans. 1, 2, 3. So the quality didn't get any better, but the distribution of it just got better. Now this is a 3-quality crime comic, and both of these meet because this is 3 and this is 4, so either one of them. So I'm just for the sake of it, I'm gonna bump up Gang Wars by 1, so Gang Wars gets a little bit better distribution. These are all the orders that I fulfilled, and because I put a token here, I get an extra editor. So I should have been doing that the whole game, because that it's like I get an extra turn. I could do that for free. That's what I get for not playing efficiently. Now he wants to develop, but he already developed, so he's going to go to ideas, and he wants to take horror ideas first, then Western ideas. Okay, and then he gets 2 more, so he has 4 ideas. So he's going to bump 4 comics up. 1, 2, 3, 4. All right, and I get he's done. He's done with the game. He's done with the game. But I have 2 more actions left because I got the extra editor from my sales action. So I want to publish this comic. So I'm gonna print this comic. So I'm printing It Lives. So my writer is a sci-fi writer. My artist is a sci-fi, but my comic is horror. Oh, I can't do it. I can't do it. I need to get ideas first. So I'm going to go here. I get to take any 2 ideas from the board. So I'll take these 2 because it doesn't really matter. And then I get to take 2 ideas off the board. Oh, I get to take 1. So I'll put that back. And I get to take 2. So I'm going to take the 2 horror so I could do this later. But I could also spend up to 3 ideas just to bump. So I don't need any of these. 1, 2, 3. So these 3 are going away. So I'm going to pump that up, I'm going to pump that up, and I'm going to pump that up. Okay, so I'm giving my comics, just pushing ideas into the comics. All right, now, this should have been here. Okay, I was wondering why. And now I can print. My last action of the game will be to print It Lives. So I need 2 horror ideas. Okay. Here's my writer, here's my artist, and here's my comic. Now, unfortunately, It Lives only gets 1 fan because the writer and the artist aren't good for horror. All right. He gets the superhero mastery token. Is there anything else I could do? Oh yeah, and then I get 2. I get 2 ideas. That's the reward for the comic. All right, so that's that. All right, and now the game is over. First thing we do is he's going to get another 3 points for having the most popular comic. So we give him 3 points. Oh, there's a pile of points over here. I have the second most. Oh, I gypped myself. I should have got 2 points last turn. All right. Then I get paid. He doesn't get paid. So 3, 6, 9, 10, 11, 12. I get 12 moolah bucks. Here's a 10. And here's a 2. All right. And then we end the game. So now we figure out who won. So end game scoring. All right. Fans at the end. So I'll count all the fans. All right. And you subtract all the orders that you didn't take. So I'm just going to get my calculator out and clear it. Okay. So 7 and 12 is 7 and 12 is 19, 23, 20. So he's got 25 points from his fans. His tokens, he's got 9 points from his tokens. He okay. And then six. He's get 6 points from this, from his mastery tokens, and then just because the rules, he gets 18 points. So his total is 58. So he has 58 points. Okay, 58 points. Okay, now I'm gonna do my points. Okay, so he has 58. All right. All right. All right. So I get 6, 11, 15, 15, 18, 19 points for my fans. I get 7 points for my tokens. I get 6 points for my mastery. Money, every 4 is a point. So I got 10, 20, 30, 35, 37, 38. 38 divided by 4 is what? 38 divided by 4 equals 9. So I got a 9. So 30. Okay. So I got 9 points from money. And what did I have? So I have to count it again because I'm stupid. All right. So 6, 11, 15, 18, 19. 19 plus 9 for my money, plus 6 for my mastery, plus 5, 7 for my tokens. I'm at 41. Ideas are also 4 so this is 1 for my ideas, leftover ideas. Oh, and each original comic book gives. Does he get that too? No, he doesn't. Each original comic book gives. Okay, so this is 6 points. Nice. I forgot about that. So this is 6 points. Why? Because all 3 colors match. All right. So that's 6 points for Carmela, 6 points for teen drama. 2 colors match. So that's 4 points. So I'm at 58 right now. What did he have? Did he have 58 or 59? This is 6 points for Call the Police, and 2 points for It Lives. All right. And you go by the comic. So this is only 1 because these 2 don't match the comic. The comic is the important thing. So my, what did I have? I had 58. 58 plus 6 is 65. So I beat him. So I won. I won the game. So what do you think? So I beat him. He had 58. I had 65. There you go. And there's rip-off comics that you can make. You can make rip-off comics where you don't need you don't need to develop it. You just plagiarize and change a little bit of their comics. And I just don't want to do that. I don't want to do that. So there you go. This is Age of Comics. What's the name of this company? Might as well give the company a shout out too. This is by Lyris Games. I enjoy it. I think it's a fun game. And yes, it's super niche. But I really, really like it. You know, as a comic book fan, it just scratches 2 of my itches. All right. So there you go. Anybody want to say anything? Anybody? Bueller? That's a victory for me. All right. Bye-bye, everybody. I'm going to go back to reading some comics.